Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to grade 6 coding. I hope you guys are all well and keeping warm, because here where I am, it is a little bit chilly this morning. So I hope you guys are keeping warm. For those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Mike Geldenays, and I'm your coding teacher for grade 6. Today, 9 July 2020, we will be focusing on some loops again, and we are going to create some sticker art with loops. So before we go to code.org, there are a couple of things I want to just go through with you guys so that we can really get a nice understanding of what certain things do and what certain things mean. Okay, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun today. Yesterday we had a lot of fun creating some art. So let's get going. Maybe you guys can tell me in the chat, what's the weather like where you are? Just maybe cold, or whether it's nice and warm. And if you guys are going back to school, let me know how it goes. Maybe you guys are having fun or enjoy being back with your, seeing your friends. Let's get going then. So guys, remember today our focus is, or our objective is to identify the benefits of using a loop structure instead of manual repetition, and then also differentiate between commands that need to be repeated in a loop and commands that should be used on their own. Okay, it seems like everybody says it's so cold. I'm in 2 blankets. Michael, if I tell you the truth, I'm also in 2 blankets because I'm sitting here in my study room, and this room is very cold right now, so I'm also sitting underneath 2 blankets. Okay, guys, so just our vocabulary again quickly today. It is coding. Coding, as we know, or programming, is the process of creating instructions for computers using a programming language. And the one that we are currently using is called Blockly, and behind each block there's some JavaScript. So you can actually go and look at everything that we code in Blockly. You can view the code itself, Java code, and see what that looks like. Okay, so, and the important thing about our code, it always need to be in a nice sequence. So sequencing is the process of combining things in a particular order. Now today I quickly want to go back to, because we've got a couple of new blocks we're going to use today. So I want to just go back to a few concepts. And this one we did a couple of days ago, and pixels. And we discussed what exactly a pixel is. Okay, so pixels, the word pixel means a picture element. A pixel is represented by a dot or square on a computer monitor. Pixels are the basic building blocks of a digital image or display. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen it before. When you zoom into a picture very closely, you'll start seeing little blocks. And if you haven't, you should really try that. Open one of your pictures, or open just any image, and then zoom in as much as you can, and then you'll start seeing little dots or little squares. And each one of those is called a pixel. Now, we've used pixels as a measurement of length to draw lines for, but we can also use pixels as a point of reference. If we want to try and find a specific point on a picture, we can use our pixels. And I'm going to show you guys over here. So one of our new blocks, moving to a specific point on a picture. One of the new blocks we have is jump to, and then there's a 200, but we can change that to anything. Jump to 200 over 200 down. Okay, so that sounds a little strange, but I'm quickly going to explain to you guys what that means. Okay, so every picture is made up of a certain number of pixels, like we said. Okay, now our play area in code.org, and that's the area where we can see our, after we've written our code and we run our code, our play area, remember that's one of our 4 areas in code.org. Now we've got the little Mario in our play area right now. Now our play area in code.org is 400 by 400. Okay. So 400 by 400 is the size or the amount of pixels we have on our play area. Now, if we think about it, then we're going to start understanding what the 200 over and the 200 down, what that actually mean. So if we start right on top in the corner, let me start right there in the corner, that will be 0, 0. Okay, that will be 0, 0. If we start right there in the corner, and I think a nice program you guys can use to actually test this is on your computer, if you have Microsoft Paint, if you move your mouse around on the play area, it will actually give you numbers and it will tell you exactly where you are. So right there in the corner, you'll see 0, 0. And then if we come all the way down here in this corner, that would be 400, 400. Okay, so let me explain to you guys exactly what is happening over here. Okay, so if I say jump to 200 over, over means from this side of the screen, there will be, oops, I didn't want to do that yet. 400 means 200, we said 400 by 400. So from the left-hand side all the way to the right-hand side, we will have 400 pixels, okay? 400 little squares. From one side to the other, we will have 400 squares, okay? And then also, if we then go 200 down, we understand that going down, we also have 400 squares, okay? So our whole picture made on code.org is the size of 400 pixels by 400 pixels. Now, if we tell our code, jump to 200 over and 200 down, we will see that we will go 200 blocks this way, and then we will go 200 blocks this way. And seeing that our entire image is 400 by 400, 200 by 200 will be right there in the middle. Okay, so we'll go 200 from left to right. So on this side we will have 200, and this side we have 200. And then from the top we'll have 200 right there to the middle, and then another 200 down there. So 200 by 200 will put us exactly in the middle of our image. Okay, so I hope that explains to you guys what the jump to 200 over and the 200 down will be. Okay, and we can change that number to anything. So we can, if I go jump to 100 over, I will only move 100 here. So I know now this is 200. This line over here is 200. So 100 will be about here. And if I go 300 down, if I go 300 down, 200, 300 down will be about here, where my arrow, my mouse arrow is right now. So I hope that explains to you guys a little bit better what the jump to 200 over 200 down, what that actually means. Okay. So these are all the new blocks we are going to see today in our toolbox, and there are quite a lot. But we've dealt with a few of them already. So the move forward by pixels, we know what that is. It's just we're going to move in a certain direction with a certain amount of pixels. Now here they didn't really have to make this two different blocks because we know that there's a little drop down in our block and we can change that to forward or backwards. Okay, so that doesn't matter. That will just be our move forward or backwards. Now remember, we also dealt with degrees. We always have to focus to remember which way our character is moving to actually change the degrees. And I'm going to show you something because we've got a couple of difficult changes in degrees. So we're going to focus on that. Now, and also we have one here, jump to. Now, if you don't know that, I'm going to go back to this one, the jump to over or down. If you don't know that, and there is a block that actually helps you just to jump to a specific point as well. Jump to the middle center or jump to the top left, or it gives you a specific point on the picture as well, and then you can move directly there as well. The jump to 200 over or 200 down, that is more to be more specific, just to, you can then move to any spot on the screen, anywhere you like. And on this side, we have a couple of others. We've used the set color. We've used set color random. Now here we have set width, so that we can change how broad we want something. So we can actually change the size of things now as well. We've got draw a sticker, and you'll see we will have a whole bunch of stickers that we can draw today. And we're going to make some patterns with the pictures. So we're going to have some fun with that. Okay, guys, and then we also have set a pattern. And in here we'll have little hearts, and we'll have lines, or we'll have little rainbows or flowers. So we can actually play around with a lot of commands and blocks today. So let me quickly just show you one more slide before we go to code.org. Now remember, if our artist moves and we need to turn a certain amount of degrees, we have to think about this compass that we use in math. Okay, so if we want to turn, for example, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. But you'll see in today's lesson, I think we can actually turn any number of degree from 1 to 180. Okay, so we're going to see something like this in our code today. And I just want to explain something quickly, because remember, our artist is going to move around, and the code will tell our artist to move to a point. And the point, let me just change to my ballpoint pen over here, so I can actually just draw something for you on the screen. There we go. And the code will take us back to the center every time. So it'll be 200 by 200, which will be right there in the middle. Okay, now we have to remember, if they say move there, draw a line. So we'll draw this first line, and then they're going to tell us to move back here, turn 30 or 60 degrees, and then draw another line. Now we have to remember, this is what I want to show you just quickly. Let me just, there we go. So the first line we'll draw, that's very easy. We're just going to move forward, straight line. Then we are going to move back to the middle. And remember, we are going to turn by 60 degrees. So that's easy. We've got our line, turn 60 degrees, and we will just draw this line over here. Okay, that's going to be easy enough. Then we're going to repeat that over and over. But we have to remember, this is the one part we have to remember. Every time you move, that will become your new base. So this line that we just drew over here, that will be our new base. And we have to remember we are going to turn from that point. So if we turn our compass, we will see that 60 is now, again, over here. And then that will be our, and we will move back to the middle. And we have to remember then this over here will be our new middle point. And we will keep moving around until we finish our little star. Okay, so I hope you guys, that helps you guys as well. So let's get going. There we go. These are some of the characters you'll see today, or some of the stickers we can use. So let's go to code.org. If you give me a moment, I'm just going to switch my screen from my presentation to my code.org. There we go. And now here we can really play around. We can spend some time and just see what everything does. Okay, so there we go. I've sent you guys the link. Once you are there, let me know. Just say I'm in or here, so I know that when you guys are ready. I'm going to read the instructions in the meantime. It says, the artist is in the wrong spot. Jocelyn is in. Thanks, Jocelyn. Use the jump to 200 over 200 down block to get the artist to the center of the display area. Now remember, we said our play area is 400 by 400, so 200 by 200 will be right in the middle. Then draw a line 50 pixels long with the move forward by 50 pixels block. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just go through some of our, before we actually start our code, you'll see here's all our blocks, and here draw a sticker. You'll see there are a whole bunch of stickers that we can draw, from a zebra, aliens, ninja, robots, and I think we're going to have some fun. We're going to create some cool patterns with our stickers. Okay, so let's do what they say. Let's move or jump to 200 by 200. And then let's draw the line. Right to the middle, and then he is ready to draw his line. Okay, so let's reset, and then we have to move forward. Show nicely. So I'm just going to put in there set color. I'm going to draw a red line. Play around, see what you can change, what happens if you change things. Let's run that. There we go. Easy enough. Puzzle number 2. Okay, puzzle number 2, here's the one that I explained to you guys. To a repeat block and loop it 6 times. Notice that we have added a 60-degree turn at the end of the looped code to get a full rotation. So remember, we're going to keep jumping back to the middle. If we go step by step, first we run, then we jump to the middle, we move forward 50, and we turn. And then it's going to repeat over and over again. After we turned, then we're going to jump back to the middle. It's just easier for us to do it this way, because remember, if you jump back to the middle and turn then our code might not work out. So move forward, then turn, and then go back. So let's quickly see. Let's put a repeat and change that to 6 times. And I want, let's set a random color before we actually start and see it. Let me just make this a little bit bigger for everyone. That's as big as I can go today. And let's run. That's too fast. You guys can't even see it. Let me go a little bit slower. Because of the delay, it just jumps and then it's over. Reset, run. There we go. And then we are finished. I see there's some setting again on my phone, on my PC, that doesn't allow me to turn off my sound on my laptop. So sorry about if you hear that. But there we go. So we Bless says, didn't we haven't done this lesson before, Bless. There are a whole bunch of extra things in here that we haven't done before, and you'll see as puzzles, there are quite a few things that we can do now. And yes, we have used the artist before in a previous lesson, but that was just to introduce the moving by a certain number of pixels and our angles. So let's see, we finished that, and why didn't my artist go on? So let me just reset and run it again. I think I might have pressed the wrong button. Continue, not replay. Okay, so over here, they introduce our pattern block. Now we can put in any pattern we want. Let's add some style by changing the brush using the set pattern block before our loop starts. Okay, this is the exact same loop that we've used. So we'll see that I'm going to show you something where we can set, okay, we're going to set. In our workspace, there will be a little icon before workspace, and that just means it's part of a bigger image. So we will get to that, but here let's change it to, let's make it the rainbow. Let's make it exactly what they give us, and I'm just going to do that, run it, and there we go. So practice, play around with it. I want to go back here quickly, and after this, I'm going to jump, let's see, I'm going to put a different block in here, and let's see what options I have. Jump to, let's say, top left, and I want to repeat this entire code. I'm going to paste that, and I'm going to put it down here. I want another star, so be top left. So let's take out the 200 by 200. And I want the pattern here to be a little bit different. We can make them little waves. I'll put that in here. And then maybe we'll do one more star. Let's change that pattern as well. And we'll make it, let's make it the other little wave. I'll put that in there. And then I'm just going to copy this entire code again and put that in here as well. So let's see what happens if I run that. Oh, I just want to change my position. I don't want to move forward. All right, move forward 50. That's fine. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Our other star is 75. And this one also 75. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Now that was a straight line. I didn't jump back to the, I need to jump back to a center point and then draw out. So let's move, put that one in here and we'll move to, remember, we're going to just go, let's go 100 over and 100 down. So let's move 100 over and 100 down just to place our artist. And then over here, we'll move, let's move that, and we'll move him to 300 over and 300 down. Then I'm going to take this one out. Okay, let's see, reset. Let's see if it works this time. We've got that one. There we go. We've got different patterns. Yes, it says I'm wrong, but I didn't want to finish. I just wanted to see what happens. So you can actually draw shapes and patterns and move around anywhere you want on this screen. Okay, so play around with it a little bit, see what happens, what you can design. And this is another challenge to you guys. I am not receiving nearly enough of the code that I asked you guys. Please create something and send it to me so I can share it with everybody. So let's just delete that so we can carry on with our code. Reset and run. We can move to the next puzzle. Now we're going to start creating some patterns. Now let's quickly see, this is the icon I was telling you guys about. This is an icon, or this icon means that this level is part of a larger project. Changes will be saved across these levels. So everything we do in one level will be moved over to the next level. Okay, so let's quickly see, this is a free play workspace. And here I want you guys to really play around and have some fun to see what you guys can create. Get the artist to the center of the page or the play area using the jump to middle center position block. Then use the draw sticker block to make, see that they want us. If you look very carefully right here, there's a little watermark image in the middle of the page. And it looks like a little alien. So what we're going to do here, we're going to do what they want us to do. So let's jump over to middle center and let's just draw a sticker and let's choose our alien. Now you guys can really play around and create anything you want. So put stickers, move around on the interesting. There we go. There's our alien. And if you see that this is what's nice about this, because it's a free play, you can carry on as long as you want. And only when you've finished, then you can decide, okay, I'm finished, and you can select the finish button. And then here's your drawing, keep working on it or continue to the next level. So we can change anything we want. But there's one specific thing I will really want to get to today, and I think that might be on level 5. Now, use a loop to make more copies of your sticker. Try changing the numbers in the turn and repeat blocks to make a different pattern. Now we will use the stickers to make a pattern. Look at that beautiful pattern that they have created by using the stickers. Now we can try this and just see what happens. So if we just do it 4 times, Remember, if we think about a circle, if we want to go all the way around, the circle has got 360 degrees. So if we divide 300 degrees. So let's put that in middle. Let's draw a sticker and then we'll turn 9. I drew my sticker and I turned 90 degrees and I did it 4 times. So now we can start playing around, see what will happen. If we play around with the turn, let's turn only 45 degrees and let's use a different sticker. Let's use a different. I actually want to copy this because I want to make more than one shape. So first we'll draw the alien. 4 of them like we did. Then over that I want to draw, let's see what other stickers are available. Let's use a llama. That looks like a llama. Let's use that and I'll draw that every 45 degrees. What I want to do is I actually want to put the heads in between that. Turn first before I actually start. So let's turn over here. I don't want that. I want to take my turn button or my turn block, put it in between. So before I actually start this, my little llama's heads will be in between the alien. So let's run it. Let's reset and run to see what. There we go. So I've put my llama heads in between my alien heads by turning first, because remember, if I just did this and I repeated this code, I would have, let's take that out. I want to show you. Then I would have just drawn over my alien. But I didn't want to draw over my alien. I wanted to draw in between my alien. That's actually quite funny because now it looks like my llama has got some giant eyes growing out of the side of its head. Okay, so you can really create some funny images and you can move around, see what you can create. I actually think, the peacock looks like it could make quite a nice pattern, or I want to make some more. So let's go every 20 degrees. But now I have to remember, if I do it every 20 degrees, I'm going to have to repeat it more times so it can actually go in a circle. Okay, so I will have to repeat that. Let's see, 18 times. 18 times to go in a circle. Remember, a circle's got 3. I'm only moving 20 degrees, so I'm going to have to go 18 times to make a full circle. Let me move that so we can quickly test that. There we go. Look at that. That is our peacock. Makes a beautiful circle with the feathers going around. Okay, so I've got some unused code here. Now on that, I want to, maybe we'll use the mouse. I like the tail. No, the moose. I like the horns of the moose. So I want to only use that 4 times. Maybe let's make it a little bit more. Let's change our angle to 45 degrees, every 45 degrees. And so we have 445 degrees in every, so we're going to have to go 8 times to go around in a circle. So let's reset, run, see what happens. Okay, look at that. I'm not sure I like that pattern, but you can see you can make some cool patterns. Now, if you want to make more than one, just remember the next step. If you want to repeat something, jump somewhere else on the screen. So let's copy all this and make one more picture. Okay, so let's move that over here. Let's make one more picture, but I want to make this picture somewhere else. So I want to make it on the top right. And I want to use, let's use what was going to look cool. The bat might look cool. And I'm going to copy everything again. And I'm going to paste it down here. But this time I want to jump to the bottom left. And I think the mouse with the tail is going to look cool. But I want more than just 4 times. I want it to go 8 times. And I'll change that to, that's fine, that's 45. Okay, let's do the ninja. Somebody said the ninja. So let's do the ninja. So let's do the ninja 4 times, but we'll do it on the bat. And the bat we will do also every 20 degrees. And we have to repeat that then 18 times. Okay, so let's see what happens. What can we come up with? There's our peacock. There's our moose. Whoops, I jumped out of the screen. There's our ninja and there's our bat. So if we want, remember, if you want to get a more specific point, we'll jump to the, let's jump this. Let's take out the jump to the top right to jump to 200. And then we're going to move to 300 over and 300 down. 300 over. And see if we can bring those a little bit closer together. And 300. We're not going to go 300 down because it's going to bring it down as well. So 300 over, 100 down. And then on this side, we'll go, let's take out the bottom and we'll move to 100 over. Remember, over is from left to right, and then down is from the top to the bottom, and we'll move that to 300. And I think I'll have a pattern that's a little bit closer. Oops, keep playing. A pattern that's a little bit closer. There we go. There's our peacock. There's our moose. There we go. Now we're a little bit closer. There we go, guys. Look at that. How cool is that? I want you guys, when you play around with your patterns, let's say finish, and then here. See, you guys can actually save your images, okay? Save your image and please send it to me. So maybe send it to yourself on your phone and then email it through to me. I really want to see what images you guys can come up with. And then, or you guys can just print it out, take a picture and email it to me, whatever you prefer. Copy the link, share your drawing with me. I'm really excited to see what you guys could come up with. Okay, so play around a little bit. Yes, I also like it. It's a lot of fun. Yesterday I was sitting playing around with it, trying to draw as many funky pictures as I could think of. So use the patterns. If you don't want to use the stickers, use the patterns, make something. Just play around with all the options that you have available and see what you can create. Okay, so I'm going to leave you on this puzzle, and I really want you guys to send me what you have, and then I will share it with everybody in my presentation when we do it tomorrow. Okay, so I'm excited to see what you guys can come up with. Then let me go back to my slideshow quickly because I see we are running out of time. See, time flies when you have fun. So I want to leave you with a cool quote from John Romero, and he says, "You might not think that programmers are artists, but programming is an extremely creative profession. It's logic-based creativity." So that's exactly what we did today. We created cool patterns with stickers. And so, yes, nobody can tell us that programmers are not artists. We are artists in our own right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your classes. And then I will see you guys again tomorrow. There is my email address. So please send me your patterns that you've created to mgeldenace81@gmail.com. And if you have any questions about the school, please send them to STEM Digital School at Africa Teen Geeks. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.